Hello everybody, Dave Neal here. We've got Bachelor in Paradise news. As you guys know, it's been reported that Bachelor in Paradise will have a rotating door of celebrity hosts stopping in for a week or two. David Spade, we've got Lil Jon. There's going to be a bunch of random people that we don't even know yet. Wells, is he a host? Is he a bartender? No one really knows. People are just showing up in Paradise with their bags being like, am I a host? Am I falling in love? What's happening here? Do I get HPV in a hot tub? No one really knows what's going on. They started filming, and they're only filming for 3 weeks. My imagination is that they just bring a kilo of cocaine to set and then just record for 3 weeks straight. I mean, that must be what happens. Why else would you fist fight underneath a palapa? You know what I mean? Who knows? But most people, I think it's interesting, a breath of fresh air to be like, all right, cool, Lil Jon, David Spade, I'm listening. All right, not bad. Let's see what's going on. And some people, they don't like change. And we've got former contestant Tanner Tolbert, or is it Tolbert? Is it the Tolbert report? Tanner Tolbert was saying he isn't interested in the changes that are going to be made to the show. I just pulled up this random photo of them playing beer pong. I love the come up. It's nice to be in your 30s. You still play beer pong, but you don't do it the old school way where you got like sticky floors. It's like we just put water in the cup and it splashes because we have white couches. I feel the pain, my man. So anyway, he doesn't necessarily like the change. He thinks it's going to be a circus and a train wreck. Let's read this article. Tanner Tolbert slams Bachelor franchise's train wreck hosting decisions. In light of Bachelor in Paradise hiring celebrities to fill in for Chris Harrison, Tanner Tolbert lambasted the ridiculous direction the franchise is taking. The 34-year-old alum of The Bachelorette posted a self-proclaimed rant to his Instagram story on Wednesday. Isn't it wild that this is even a story? Someone posts on their Instagram story, then this smut rag makes a thing about it, and then I recap it. It's a weird circle of life. It's just like, this is like the human centipede of entertainment news, and I'm on the back end. Let me tell you something. Not feeling good. Brush your teeth. He first shared his feelings on Twitter when he criticized a tweet from Bachelor in Paradise official account about the plan to have celebrities Titus Burgess, Lance Bass, David Spade, and Lil Jon, get low, stepping in as guest hosts this season. Tanner then addressed the situation in more detail on Instagram by saying, the Bachelor franchise needs to figure their stuff out and figure it out quick, because I think the show is on a slippery slope right now, and as a fan of the show, first and foremost, I want to see it keep going, but I think all this host drama is just starting to get ridiculous. That show we watch, Bachelor in Paradise, that beacon of morality, it's starting to get a little ridiculous. It wasn't ridiculous when it was just a couple people getting wasted in a hot tub. You know what I mean? What did they tell you about drinking in a hot tub? Oh, you only have one drink in a hot tub, and everyone's like, we're getting crunk with Lil Jon in a hot tub. We're going to have more than one drink. He explained that his opinion was based not only on the Paradise plans, but also his feelings after watching Caitlin Bristowe and Tayshia Adams serving as co-hosts for the premiere of Katie Thurston's season of The Bachelorette that aired on June 7th. The franchise is currently without a permanent host, given that Chris Harrison took a temporary leave in February before announcing on June 8th that he would not return. So, and of course, I made a video earlier today that the show has no intentions of naming a full-time host anytime soon. Like I said in my first video today, this is like after ending a 20-year relationship and someone wants to go steady with you. You go, no, I'm going to stay single for as long as possible after being in that train wreck. The host doesn't need to be the star of the show, Tanner continues. It's as simple as that. The host is the host. The host needs to be the backbone of the show and fill a role. I don't need to see commentary on every little thing and have everything be a joke. Okay, first of all, he's getting his, Paradise linens in a tither over here because he's like, you haven't even seen the show yet. You don't know. Maybe there'll be a nice, hilarious quip by David Spade to lead off a segment, and then it'll go into the bastion of lovemaking or whatever. Don't get me wrong. Look, you and your wife, kind of met on the show, and you have 3 kids. So bravo for you. It does work. It goes to show that humans will fall in love regardless of the conditions if the, chemistry is there. But, also most people don't. But I don't think anything that happens with David Spade on the show is going to make a difference to whether or not couples fall in love. The auto finance manager who got engaged to now wife Jade Roper during Bachelor in Paradise second season that aired in 2015 made it clear he didn't intend this as a commentary on Chris's exit or as personal criticism of Caitlin, Tayshia, or any other celebs. According to Tanner, the show should be more focused on the relationships with the participants rather than pre-planned, contrived BS. Well, you're going to get, this is Bachelor's, literally. You're breaking down exactly what Bachelor is. pre-planned, contrived BS. When you Google search Bachelor on Wikipedia, it says pre-planned, contrived BS. I mean, don't let's not pretend that didn't exist before we got Little John to show up. Is it Little John or Little? Little John? Has he grown up yet? Is he just John? He continued, I don't tune in to watch David Spade hand out date cards. He was great in Tommy Boy, don't get me wrong, but I want to watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise for the drama and for the relationships and see that unfold on the screen. Well, maybe David Spade will add to the drama. Maybe he'll throw in some lines there, be sassy. I think, and I'm not a huge fan of David Spade, but the guy's made millions being funny. He might not be like knock it down Chris Rock on stage, funny. He might, but he's got a strong character. Cynicism works really well on the small screen, okay? When you're mic'd up and he might not be the most boisterous person that's like, well, bam, that's not what he is. But if someone does something weird and he calls it out, and somebody laughs it's funny. It's going to be funny. I think it's actually it's a real miss for Tanner to be like, Tanner, what do you like in the bedroom when you're like, no, your wife's like, pull my hair, let's have fun. He's like, I want to go back to the other stuff. I don't like she's like, I got bondage clips. Come on, now lock me down. He's like, I don't like this pre-planned, contrived BS. Come on, link the hairs and let's go. Let's have a little fun here. Well, I just feel like the way it should be done is two people boring. Tanner also clarified that the show still holds a special place in his heart, given that he met Jade on it and that they now have 3 children together. He also said Caitlin and Tasha brought great energy and have great hosting capabilities. All right, so he did the whole thing where he's like, it's not about you. It's just I feel like we've changed. Just embrace change a little bit. It's going to happen, But he criticized elements of their first episode as host, including their frequent commentary about the limo entrances. He pointed out that in his opinion, some of the franchise's best episodes featured little involvement from Chris. I just want to see contestants. I want to see those relationships. So I hope the show succeeds. I hope it gets better because right now it's a train wreck. He then added, but you haven't even seen the new season yet. You're talking about what, 40 minutes of content that you saw in night 1 of Katie Thurston's season? I wouldn't call Katie Thurston's season a train wreck. And Bachelor in Paradise, they haven't filmed since pre-pandemic. The last time they filmed Bachelor in Paradise, nobody knew what a coronavirus was. Weren't those the good days? We were just arguing about, our crazy aunts on Facebook, right? We didn't talk about social distancing. There was literally no social distancing unless you were getting a hand job in a palapa. 6 feet apart. Okay, all right. You know what I mean? Is that the end of the thing? Okay, that's the end of the thing. So of course, I'm not knocking on Tanner. I mean, he's got to keep his engagement up on his Instagram. He's doing what he needs to do. We're all doing what we need to do to survive. They seem like a beautiful little couple there with the family. Very interesting backstory that they have there. Remember this ex-Bachelor star Jade Roper stripped of $1 million in prize in DraftKings scandal. One former Bachelor darling lost a little more than a rose this weekend. Jade Roper Tolbert has been stripped of $1 million in prize money after a first-place finish in DraftKings Millionaire Maker contest that took place on NFL Wildcard Weekend. DraftKings has decided to update the standings for several contestants. So what exactly happened here? I think they did like some insider betting. Like they realized, like let's see exactly what happened. Controversy heightened when it was revealed that both Jade and Tanner submitted 150 entries into the Millie Maker, the maximum permitted by this contest. Members of the daily fantasy sports community analyzed the Tolbert's lineups and discovered that 298 of 300 total lineups were distinct, suggesting that the two worked in tandem to increase coverage in the tournament. It's one of those things. It's like counting cards. It's illegal, but a lot of people do it. I feel like if they weren't names, or if they weren't maybe if they were cousins, say they were cousins and they did this, maybe it wouldn't have tripped the system. But because they clearly live under the same roof, they were manipulating the system. DraftKings, which initially leaned into the celebrities' win, announced that they were investigating the matter on the so they were like, oh, cool, look, celebrities won. And they were like, wait a second, let's check this out. Hold on. There's 298 of 300. So statistically, you guys duped us. And I'm pro them duping the system because we know casinos, they always make enough money to keep the lights on. They're always the winners. You might win statistically here or there, but in the long term, they're robbing you. We take the integrity and fairness of our contest very seriously and are looking into this matter, DraftKings said in a statement. The Tolbert's alleged actions are violations of DraftKings terms. So I wonder how much they lost if they probably had to pay a lot of money for that. Group play behavior designed to gain an unfair advantage over others, such as team building complementary lineups, which serve to work together, and executing a strategy that may create any unfair advantage or over individual play, or entering the maximum number of entries in a contest type or contest or event, or having a third party. So basically, you can't do it. They can't do that. So I wonder what happened. Jade, they met in 2016, so this is just a backstory here. She hated sports for the longest time. She decided to get into it this year, and it's actually made her more of a sports fan. She never really cared about the games until she had a rooting interest. This is like when you know what this is like? It's like when you have a tax shelter, like you marry someone and like your business goes under their name to hide that you're, whatever. It's dodgy at the very least. I hope they have a good accountant. But this was obviously several years ago, so I'm sure they made up for it. Well, you want to have a good accountant if you run a Patreon page. So let me tell you something. I've got my private Patreon. We're pushing on 100 Patreon members. It's a private membership community. You can join for $5, $8, $10, $12, $50, or $100. Either way, you get all the episodes for $5 a month, which is the base level. If you have deep pockets like our friend Leslie does, she donated the $100, which thank you so much for that. But anything is welcome and is a chance to get the private membership. I did an hour episode yesterday, behind the scenes stuff. I talked about my car battery getting stolen, private live streams, and I'm going to be doing a private live stream this Sunday at 5 p.m. So if you sign up, you'll get that content plus all of the old content. Hopefully we can hit 100 members today. Someone in the comments said that I'm like a little league coach, where I'm like, if you sign up and we get to 100, we'll get ice cream after. And if we don't get to 100, we'll still get ice cream after. So very funny comment section that you guys are today. I think this is going to be it for me. I think I'm done today unless there's any more breaking news. So just do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe if you don't mind. Join the Patreon. And also I've got a show next Friday if you're in Los Angeles or in the area. I got a show at an underground location Friday if you want to hear some jokes 1 week from today. So hit me up on Instagram if you want to go there. I think it's a free show. If not, it's very cheap. My Instagram's right there. I'm heading to the beach, folks. Unless anything breaks, please, Kelly, don't make any last second tea videos because I don't have time for you today. But anyway, I appreciate everyone who slides into my DMs and lets me know whatever behind the scenes information or tea or breaking news stories you guys have. Appreciate you guys so much. Have a good one. I'll see you later.